So, I'm just riding around right now. I took the back road. Thought I was recording earlier, but I guess I wasn't. Yeah, I just put on the front tire finally. I actually have a new set of tires. I have the rear on too. I didn't even mention that. I'm like very behind in the MOTOVLOGs. Just the MOTOVLOGs, they don't have any other segments. I just like here and there will upload shit. So I literally just put on this the front tire like an hour ago. I'm just kind of testing it out. I'm in Casa Grande right now. So I took the back road. I didn't want to get onto the freeway. There's a back road that goes behind, like, on the west side of the Casa Grande mountain. It's kind of like the only other road you can take besides the freeway. Okay, where am I going? Yeah, this front tire is, like, weird. Compared to, like, it's, like, different handling. I think it's wider, maybe. Or, it feels a lot different. What I was riding with was some Michelin Pilots. I had a pair of those on here. I mean, those were pretty good. I've heard that those are really good tires and they last long. And I'm pretty sure that might actually be the case with mine, the ones that were on here, because, I mean, I've heard of them getting insane miles. And we're just now hitting the 30,000 mark on this bike, which is pretty crazy. I mean, we drive this a lot. This is our main transportation now. And I didn't even mention my bike, but I found a buyer for my bike. I actually had it on the market for a little bit. One of my friends is actually going to buy it, but he's going to be making payments, so that'll be exciting. I'm going to fill up right now. The light just came on. Oh, there's no left turn here. Shit. Do a fake turn. Doesn't say no U-turns. I'm not gonna try to turn yet because I don't know the whole. It's just, this is different turning on these tires. Well, this front tire, it's different. I don't feel comfortable pushing it to the limits. I lean more instead of turning. It's insane. It's kind of weird. Let's see how much the gas is. It's not too much. 221. These turns are crazy. I don't know if it's just because the tires are worn or what, but this feels insane. See, look, I mean, I gotta lean. I gotta actually lean now. Before I was turning just with the bars. Where am I gonna go? Food City. Still pissed off. I had like a whole 40-minute conversation with myself. So this front tire it's nice, I guess. I got it because of the tread, and when I was picking it out, I really take into consideration the tread, because I don't want like a stupid looking tread. And of course quality and durability. I gotta pick up Janine in 3 hours, 2 hours. What can I do for 2 hours? I'm trying to think, because I don't want to forget something. I know I need to go to pick up a prescription. What the f are you doing? Freaking going into my lane. Scared the shit out of me. Objects appear further than they appear in the camera. Just saying. So if you're like, you weren't even that close to him, I was. Like, I am riding this person's ass right now, but on the camera it looks like I'm far away. Yeah, so I'm liking these tires. They're pretty good. I was talking about the gas mileage, and I was saying after I put the rear tire on, I noticed a 5 mile a gallon, minus 5 mpg, miles per gallon, from what I usually get on this bike. And I was like, shit, well, maybe it's the weight of the tire, because the rear tire was a lot heavier than the old rear tire. That's what I was thinking it was, but now that I filled up now, and I use this app that'll let me know my gas mileage and all that. It actually keeps a record, and of the cost if you put it in. And I'm actually up. I guess I'm getting, well, since the rear tire change, and it's been a while since I had the rear one on, about to fill up. And it's gotten 46 to the gallon, which is usually all the time I'd get 45 to the gallon. Actually, I got 2 fill-ups since the rear tire was put on. Yeah, the first one I got, it was at 40 miles per gallon. I was like, what the hell? And this time it's at 46, so I did get +1. Nice, I guess. I mean, obviously it has something to do with the tire. And the front one, we'll see now, because it just filled up. Next fill up, hopefully we'll get a better reading, or at least the same reading. I wouldn't mind getting 45 still. I mean, it's not bad. Oh, never mind. I was gonna go to Fry's, but what am I gonna do for 2 hours? Well, you know, I'll just chill out. Fry's, I guess. Pawn shop, maybe. Well, that'll use up some time. So I wasted like an hour and a half maybe. Just chilled and fries. I'm hungry. CenturyLink. Frick you. Our internet sucks now. All we have available is either satellite internet, which is expensive as hell, or CenturyLink. And CenturyLink was the most reasonable. I mean, price-wise. Everyone knows how shitty CenturyLink is, though, if you've ever used it. Our bill did go down. I think our bill is like, what is it? $29.99, something like that. There's tax too. Ends up being like $37. But the bad thing is the speed out where we are. The biggest speed, like when I was signed, I didn't even sign up. I just called for information. They signed me up without I didn't even approve it. But whatever, I mean, we needed it anyway. But our top speed was 1.5 megabytes a second download speed. I don't remember what the upload was, but that is ridiculous. That is so slow. That's like 10 years ago. That might have, no, even further than that. 15 years ago, that might have been good speed overall. But that's just stupid. And it's a 12-month contract. You can't cancel or anything. But I mean, we're gonna be out there for a year. The only thing is, that's some garbage speed. And that's another thing, like with YouTube, it's ridiculous. I can't even watch HD. I'm saying 720. But the highest quality that I can watch without skipping is 360. It's just freaking ridiculous. The uploads aren't too bad. It's a little bit, it's longer than how we were with Cox internet, but it's not too bad. Just the internet overall sucks. And I was checking my bill like a while ago. Out of nowhere, they had like a speed upgrade for me that I was able to do. I don't know how CenturyLink works. They said they needed to like change ports or something. So I guess I'm getting upgraded to 3 megabytes a second. It's not much, but I mean, that's double than what we're getting right now. So I'm really looking forward to that. I called and there was no price change. Well, we're paying the stupid amount for like a stupid amount of, well, stupid speed. And there's really no wondering why CenturyLink has such a bad rating. I would think it's one of the worst internet companies around. Well, especially because of the contract. I mean, they like want you to freaking sign up forever. Some of them were 2-year contracts. I'm just like, no. So I'm heading up to get Janine. I'm gonna be a little bit early, but that's alright. Probably, I've just bought some sandwich stuff, bread, meat, cheese, some ranch. So I think I'm just gonna head up there and make a sandwich. Just throw some ranch on it in place of mayonnaise. I know I'm nasty. And yeah, so the tires, so the initial replacement we were doing for this bike, Janine's bike, is the front tire. And I knew we just kept putting it off. And then one day, it was like 2 weeks ago, something like that, maybe three weeks ago, I think. My roommate was working on his car, and I noticed, why are we stopping? I noticed that the rear tire on this bike, I saw threads, not treads, the threads, like white, and I'm like, oh shit. I didn't realize how bad the rear was. The rear didn't look as bad as the front tire. I mean, they were both bald. The front one was had cracking, but like the dry rot, whatever. So I considered the front one to be bad, and I didn't really realize how bad the rear one was. And then Janine just had her day off, well, her 2 days. She gets about 2 days every week. She just had 2 consecutive days. So she worked the next morning, and I'm just like, shit, how the hell am I gonna take her to work? I don't want to ride on this. I mean, now that I see it, it was probably bad for a while, but yeah, I put some pictures up on Instagram, and I was just like, jeez. So, went ahead and ordered a rear tire, which I have on here now. The only bad thing is, well, with bigger packages, they typically ship with UPS or FedEx, or there's other ones too. Those are the main ones that I know. And that takes about a week to ship to you. And I didn't know how the mailing worked either, because we have a PO box. We don't have a mailbox. So I'm like, how does this work? And I know, now I know. So I guess FedEx can't ship it to a PO box. You have to ship it to your actual physical address, regardless of if you have a mailbox or not. And the mailbox is for the United States Postal, well, we are, USPS. So they're like a whole different company, and all these other like FedEx, UPS, those are third-party shipping companies, so they don't even actually need a mailbox. I found that pretty cool because then I don't have to go pick it up at the post office down the road. So, but yeah, then again, the shipping time takes forever. Yeah, and then I'm just thinking, like, what the hell are we gonna do? Luckily, her friend was able to take her. She took her for like, I think about a week, but she had to work around her schedule too. And in some instances, they both worked at the same time, so she was actually like an hour early to work. I think a couple times. I think she got in trouble though. She was worried because one of her supervisors was talking about that, how not to be early, whatever. So that went on for about a week. I ordered some motorcycle stands too, I think the next day. I found a combo set, came with the front and the rear stands. So I went ahead and did that, got the stands. The stands actually came pretty quick. And I figured I might as well order the front tire as well. I mean, it does need to be replaced. And I mean, just seeing that back one, the front one's about getting there. I'm not sure. I mean, so I just went ahead and ordered that. You know, it was really insane. I ordered it. I ordered the tire that night. I think I ordered the stands too. I ordered the stands a little bit earlier, and those were coming from Canada, so I was expecting it to take pretty long, and it didn't take that long at all. It took maybe 4 or 5 days. I thought that was pretty surprising. I mean, they're big ass motorcycle stands, but then again, it's not going through the USPS, it's going through FedEx. So I ordered that tire, the front tire. This is like maybe 2 days later. I ordered it at like 5:30 p.m. The crazy thing is, the next afternoon, the FedEx guy's already there, and it's the front tire. I'm like, what the hell? How is that possible? I checked the shipping like label too. I mean, they shipped it at 5 p.m. or something. You know, when everything closes. Well, they printed the postage. I guess they took it to the FedEx, and that was the fastest shipping I've ever heard of in my life. That was even faster than the USPS. I was just like dumbfounded. It's like, wow, is this really already here? I mean, I ordered it. I actually got it in the morning, I think. I got it at like 10 a.m. and I ordered it at 5 p.m. Basically next day delivery. Well, less than a day. That was really amazing, and props to the FedEx driver. Props to FedEx. That was insane. And that came from Cali, which it should have at least been a day, even 2. I mean, I was expecting probably 2, but that was crazy. So that came in, the stands came in, finally the rear came in. It took about a week, how typically with FedEx would ship, but that came from like Missouri or some eastern state. So I tried to, actually I didn't get the stands in, I got the tire in, and then I got the stands in. So I went ahead and did the rear tire, put it on. It was nice, it worked well. It's a little bit heavier than the old tire. So right now I just bought a pair of, I don't really know how they were, but it was a great price, and I liked the tread on them. And I've heard that they're this company's best touring tires. And we do a lot of traveling, a lot. So I figured maybe these would be alright. Yeah, but these are Shinko Rogue. I'm not really like totally confident in them because, I mean, everyone knows Shinko as one of the cheap brands, and price-wise, I don't know about quality. That's the only reason. I mean, I got them because I was skeptical. Well, not because I was skeptical, but I'm skeptical on how they're going to perform. I got them because I was going to get Continentals, but I didn't like the tread on them. It looks like someone literally made the tire, like by hand, and just got a razor blade and cut up the tread. I mean, it looks like someone freaking shredded the hell out of it and tried to make a cool tread, whatever. I didn't like it. So I just went ahead and got Shinko. But 2 of the main things that I look for is durability and the tread look. I know it's not that's just cosmetics. The ugly ones could actually perform better, but to me, I like the look of the treads, and it really bugged me if I had like the Continentals. It just looks homemade. Yeah, I'm like really early. Let's head down here and make a sandwich. I would park in a parking lot, but I don't want everyone to like stare and shit. Just gonna eat a sandwich in peace. I mean, yeah, because everyone's gonna stare because I'm making a stupid sandwich. Should we chill down here? Yeah, it feels a lot better with these tires, well, especially the front one now, because I did have the old front one just on earlier today, and I just put this front one on, the Shinko Rogue. When I first got my bike, I would, because prices are different for the motorcycle tires. Rears, I think the rears are usually more expensive, and then the fronts are like a fraction of that. Some instances half of the cost of the rear. When I had my first bike, I used to buy tires, they weren't even the same brand. Well, they weren't even the same model, let alone the same brand. So I have like 30 minutes, I think. I'm actually running out of space on the camera. I haven't synced the camera in probably 2 months, so I just have a lot of shit on here. Yeah, so I mean, I just have so much shit on here, and I filmed me actually doing the tires. I had a lot of trouble on the on the rear tire. That took hours. So I mean, I eventually got it. I got the rear, and then we were riding it for a while, but and I just didn't put the front one on. Finally got to putting the front one on like a few days ago, or about a week ago, something like that. And we need to get this shit in the fridge. I'm gonna get sick. Then I'm gonna get sick and die. Got a pound of turkey. Colby put some ranch. I know this isn't like normal, but I'm just like, I can't eat it without anything. Like no mustard, no mayonnaise. Sweet. The ranch was alright. It wasn't as good as like mustard and mayonnaise. I was freaking starving. I didn't eat today, I don't think. Yeah, I didn't eat anything today. Oh, I ate a peanut butter and jelly. That's what I ate. I ate that this morning. I'm still freaking hungry. So yeah, wait. I did change the rear tire first. We rode it for about a week, and finally, like, this is back. I thought I said a few days ago, but this was maybe a week ago. I'd finally tried to change the front. And I was really dreading changing the front just because it makes me nervous. Well, because you gotta balance it on the fork, the bottom of the forks. And another thing was that on this bike, this is a 2007 Ninja. I don't really think it matters what the submodel is. I don't even think the displacement even matters. And the bottom right fork is square, like a normal bike. But this side, the left bottom fork, is like triangular. And this kit was specifically for this bike. Said that both would fit. And I'm just thinking, like, how exactly am I supposed to use the front lift on here? So I try it. It doesn't work. Finally, I managed to get it up. And I take the wheel off, get the axle off. And then the freaking thing slips while the wheel is off. I had just pulled the axle out, and the freaking thing slips. I'm like, shit, because I didn't want the bike to fall over, and I didn't want it to fall on me. I'm like, shit. And luckily, it caught onto the brake calipers, and it took about an hour or so, but I did manage to get the wheel back on and the axle, and it was a bitch to get the wheel back on. That was a failed attempt, and that's why I was dreading on actually doing it, because I was assuming that might happen. And I messaged the company, and they weren't any help at all. They told me that I should get the triple tree stand, which I was going to get anyway, but I thought that they would have given me like a discount or something. I mean, for false advertisement or whatever. So I went ahead and ordered that. What it was sold as is an attachment for the front stand, which is fine, and I did get it. I mean, it wasn't expensive. It was actually pretty affordable considering how much the triple tree stands are, and considering the deal that we got with the front and the rear. So I went ahead and did that. Oh my gosh, that was scary though. I seriously thought the front end was done, and I was just thinking like how much it was all gonna cost. Might have to replace the forks, might bend them or something, I don't know. And so we ordered that, got that in the mail 2 days ago. I think it was about 2 days ago. I finally did it today. I was just dreading it just because of that experience, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So I guess that the front stands that typically grab onto the bottom of the forks will not work. So don't even try it. Just take my advice. Do not try it. The triple tree stand is amazing. I mean, if you're going to be doing front work on your bike, if you gotta lift it, whatever, get the triple tree stand. It is amazing, and it's so much more secured. It just grabs it grabs the actual forks like in the center, so you can actually still move the handlebars, and it's okay. But like, I am loving that, and it came with different sizes, so I could actually lift up my Honda on the same triple tree stand. It's just got different sized pins. Hers is a 27, number 27, I don't know what size, whatever. And mine is a number 21, I think. It's either 20 or 21. But that stand is amazing. And it's not just the brand, but triple tree stands in general are freaking a necessity, I would say. If you own a bike and you're doing your own work, you want to invest in a triple tree stand. I thought it was just to be more fancy, whatever, make it easier or whatever, but actually, you actually do need it on this bike. I mean, overall, the cost of all of the stand stuff wasn't too bad. I actually got it on it was a sale they had, so it wasn't too bad at all. Yeah, so today is the first day of testing these babies out. Get one of these rocks. But I mean, these treads aren't too bad. The design, which I prefer this over the Continentals. And the rear, it's already the bike is filthy. I was actually meaning to wash it today, earlier, but it just keeps raining, and it's getting really irritating. Especially our roads. Our roads are horrible. In our new place, Arizona City, I think that's Janine. Yeah, I would compare our roads to Tucson's roads. Like, you know how, if you've been to Tucson, their roads are shit. Where there's actual holes in the road, and you're just like, I wonder how many liability claims there are. I mean, especially for motorcyclists, like, what if you fall in one of those holes? If the tire hits, you flip. It's just ridiculous. And Tucson's a pretty big city. I don't know why their roads are shit. But Arizona City is pretty small. I don't know, this isn't Arizona City right here. This is actually the border of Casa Grande, I think, on the east border. If not, we're in Coolidge right now. So, I mean, these tires are freaking cool. Again, the rear was a lot heavier than the old rear, but I'm also thinking that that's due to more rubber, because the old one was bald, and I mean, you could see the threading, so it's definitely a chunk of rubber missing. Really looking forward to see what the mileage is now after the front's been changed. I don't really know how much of a difference it could be. I don't really see how it could be better. I mean, I wasn't riding it on like low tire pressure or anything. I think this is the fullest that I've ever had the memory card. I just have a 64 gig. What is it? I actually don't remember what I have. I think I have SanDisk Extreme Pro 64 gig. This is gonna be the fullest that it's ever been. It's crazy though how little the memory card can hold while it's recording in high def though, like 1080 60 frames. I think it can only hold like 4 hours. Well, then again, that's a lot of footage. It's gonna be a pain in the ass for me to edit this. But also, I just remembered that a lot of it was from the tire changing. The rear one, that took me probably 4 hours, and I don't think I recorded all of it.